All right, everyone. Sagar Bhatia here. Let's talk about something that makes most Indian parents, and let's be honest, many of us really worried: credit cards. Most folks in India think credit cards are risky, and they are right, if you use them like most people do. You know the kind of person using the card everywhere for everything, thinking that plastic card is like free money from some secret government plan? Then the bill arrives, and suddenly it's all, oh no, what happened? And everyone starts to panic. We've all heard the scary stories, people getting stuck in debt, those never-ending EMI payments that feel like you're punished for life just for buying a phone that was a little too costly. But what if I told you that smart Indians are secretly using credit cards to get free flights, money back, and even make money from their debts? Yes, you heard that right. While some people are struggling with interest payments, others are enjoying drinks in fancy airport lounges, all because they know how the works. It's not magic. It's about understanding the game the banks have set up. They make the rules, and most people just get confused by them. But a few, the types, the smart players, they read all the details and use it to help themselves. It's like knowing a secret trick for a video game, but for your money. Today, I'll show you the legal tricks that banks don't really want you to know. We're going to look closely at ways that can change your credit card from something that could cause money problems into your own personal ATM, travel helper, and discount finder. Forget everything your uncle told you about credit cards being bad. We're about to change that story. So get your chai, sit comfortably, because your money life is going to get a big boost. Let's start. So let's get one thing clear right away. Credit cards are not the problem. Using them the wrong way is. It's like blaming a knife because someone spread butter too hard on their toast. The tool itself isn't bad. It's how you use it, my friend. The real problem is not knowing enough about money, especially about these shiny plastic cards. Banks are businesses, you know. They make money when you make a mistake. And wow, do people make mistakes? Many people wrongly think that just having a credit card will lead to money troubles. This fear, often passed down from parents to children, stops many from seeing the actual good things about them. Think about this shocking fact. The average Indian credit card debt has a super high interest of 36 to 48% APR. That's annual percentage rate for those who didn't know. That's one of the highest in the world, seriously. It's almost like those illegal money lenders, but it's legal. So when people say credit cards are dangerous, they're talking about this crazy high interest rate. And they're not wrong if you're only paying the smallest amount due each month. That's the common debt trap. You pay a little bit, the rest gets bigger and bigger with interest. And soon, you owe more than you first spent. It's a bad cycle made to keep you paying and paying and paying. Another wrong way people use cards? For buying things on impulse because of those tempting EMI offers. Oh, that new gadget is only 5,000 rupees a month. Yes, but for 24 months, with extra fees and maybe some hidden charges. This EMI habit makes it seem normal to get into debt for things we don't really need. But the right way, the smart way, is to use cards with a plan like people who are smart with money do. They're not scared, they know what they're doing. They use the card for its benefits, the rewards, the ease, the safety for purchases, and they always pay their bills in full and on time. Or they use the system to help themselves, which is what we're here to learn. Alright, trick number 1, and this one is great if you do it right, 0% EMI tricks. We all see those no-cost EMI offers everywhere on Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, and Bajaj Finserv is like the king of this. You want a new phone, a fridge, a laptop, even a fancy mattress. You'll probably find a no-cost EMI option. Now most people think, great, I can buy it now and pay later without extra cost. And that's partly true, but the smart ones do even better. It's not just about paying later, it's about making your money earn more money for you while you wait. Here's how. Let's say you want to buy a new laptop for 50,000 rupees. You see a 6-month no-cost EMI offer. Now the important part, the 50,000 rupees in your bank account. This is very important. Instead of paying all at once, you choose the EMI, so you pay about 8,333 rupees per month. What do you do with the 50,000 rupees, or the money left that you would have spent otherwise? You don't just let it sit there. You put that whole 50,000 rupees into a fixed deposit, FD, that gives high interest, or a liquid fund that's giving you maybe 7% per year. Over those 6 months, while you're easily paying your EMIs, that big amount of money is quietly earning interest. For 50,000 rupees at 7% for 6 months, you could earn around 1,750 rupees, maybe a little more or less depending on where you put it and how interest is added. It's not a huge amount, but it's risk-free money. You were going to buy the laptop anyway. You had the cash. But by using the no-cost EMI smartly, you basically got a discount of 1,750 rupees. The bank is paying the interest to the shop or not charging it, and you get to keep the interest from your own money. A big warning, and I really mean this. Only do this if you already have the cash. Otherwise, it's just regular debt, and you're falling into a trap, not using a smart trick. Now we're talking about the stuff that makes credit cards really fun reward points. This is where you use the money you spend every day to get free trips, great money back, and sometimes even fancy things. Think of every time you use your card as planting a tiny seed that grows into a free flight ticket or a gift voucher. Most people either don't check their points, don't know how to use them well, or use cards that give them very few rewards. That's like leaving free money on the table, my friend. The main thing is to choose the right card for how you spend and then get the most rewards, like an expert. Let's look at some of the best Indian credit cards for different benefits. For free flights, the Axis Magnus card is really good, often giving 5 times more rewards on travel spending and good extra rewards for spending a certain amount. Then there's the HDFC Infinia or Diners Club Black, which are top-level cards but offer amazing one-to-one exchange of points to air miles with many airlines. Imagine flying business class just by paying your regular bills and shopping with your card. For people who love getting cash back, the SBI Cashback card is a big deal, offering a straight 5% on most online spending, including Amazon and Flipkart, with no tricky rules. The ICICI Amazon Pay card is another great choice, giving 5% back for Prime members on Amazon. And it's not just flights and cashback. You can save a lot on fuel too. Cards like the BPCL SBI card can give you up to 6.25% value back on fuel, including no extra charges and reward points. That becomes a lot of money if you drive a lot. Here's an expert tip many people miss. Don't just collect points and not use them. Learn the skill of using your points well. Sometimes, changing your points to hotel stays with chains like Taj or Marriott can give you a really good deal, letting you enjoy luxury travel at what feels like half the price or even less. It's about being smart, understanding which companies you can transfer points to, and quickly grabbing good deals for your points. Okay, this next trick is for anyone who's ever had that bad feeling of being stuck with high-interest credit card debt. You know, when that 3.5% monthly interest, which is over 42% a year, starts making you feel really bad. It's a terrible situation, and banks honestly love it when you're there. But there's a way out. A way to get out of that bad situation. It's called a balance transfer. This is a trick that not many people know is so good, and it can save you thousands, even tens of thousands in interest payments. It's like moving your money problem from a really costly, bad place to a much cheaper, better one. The idea is simple. You move your existing high-interest debt from one or more credit cards to another credit card, often a new one just for this, or more commonly and often better, to a personal loan that has a much lower interest rate. Imagine you have a debt of 1 lakh rupees on your credit card, and you're being hit with that very high 42% APR. You feel like you're just paying interest, and the main amount you owe hardly goes down. Now, what if you could transfer that 1 lakh rupees to a personal loan with an interest rate of say 12 to 15% APR? That's a big difference. Let's do some quick math to see the effect. On a 1 lakh rupee debt, the difference between 42% APR and 12% APR is a very big 30% per year. That means you could possibly save around 30,000 rupees in interest payments in just 1 year. That's huge. That's money you save, money you can use to pay off the main amount faster. Or just, live your life. Many banks like HDFC, ICICI, and Axis often have balance transfer offers, sometimes with special low interest for the first few months. The main thing is to read the details carefully, check for processing fees, the interest rate after the special offer period, and make sure the new EMI is something you can manage. This isn't about getting more credit, it's about handling the debt you already have in a smart way. Chapter 5. Trick number 4. Credit limit. Use it smartly, like Beckham, for your CIBIL score. Let's talk about your credit limit. Most people think a higher credit limit just means more chances to spend. And yes, if you can't control yourself, maybe. But for people who are smart with money, a higher credit limit, when used carefully, is actually a strong tool to improve your CIBIL score or any credit score. It seems strange, but listen to me. It's not just about how much you spend, but how much you spend compared to that limit. This is called your credit utilization ratio, CUR, and it's very important for your score. So, how do you increase your credit limit, especially if you don't want to go through all the trouble of showing your income proof again? Banks like HDFC and ICICI and others often offer to increase your credit limit without you asking if you have a good history of paying back. Sometimes, just a simple call to customer care or an option in their online banking can work, especially if you've been a good customer. They might look at your spending and your relationship with them and just increase it. The trick is to ask. Don't just wait for them to offer it. Now, why do this? Here's the magic. Using only 30% or less of your available credit limit greatly improves your CIBIL score. So, if you have a limit of 1 lakh rupees, try to keep the amount you owe below 30,000 rupees. If your limit is 3 lakhs, you have more flexibility. A higher limit makes it easier to keep a low CUR even if you spend the same amount. Another clever trick, especially for students or those just starting, is the authorized user trick. If a family member, like a parent or partner, has a credit card with a high limit and a great payment history, they can add you as an authorized user. Their good credit habits and high limit can also help your credit report look good, helping you build a score faster. Chapter 6. Trick number 5. Bonus flip. Easy card churning for quick wins. Alright, this next trick is a bit more advanced, and you need to be careful, but it can get you some quick, easy profits or lots of travel points. It's about applying for credit cards with a plan to get their welcome gifts or points and then, well, using those bonuses. Think of it like a small game. Do what they ask, get the gift, and then see if the card is worth keeping for a long time. Many people just get a card and forget about the welcome offer, which is like leaving a gift unopened. Let's look at some examples. The Axis Bank Flipkart credit card often comes with a welcome gift like 500 rupees cashback or vouchers if you spend a fairly small amount, say 1500 or 2500 rupees in the first month or so. If you were going to spend that amount anyway on Flipkart or somewhere else, you basically make a small, easy profit. You get the card, make your planned purchase, get the cash back, and then you can decide if the card's regular benefits, like 5% on Flipkart, are good enough to keep it, thinking about its yearly fee, if it has one. For people who like to travel more, top-level cards like the American Express Platinum Travel Credit Card can offer very big welcome gifts. We're talking about possibly 40,000 bonus membership rewards points or more, which can be worth 15,000 rupees or even much more when you change them to airline points for flights, especially if you get a business class ticket. The catch? These cards usually need you to spend more to get the bonus and often have a higher yearly fee. So, you need to be sure you can spend that much normally without trying too hard. A big warning here, guys. Don't go crazy applying for a dozen cards at once just for bonuses. Each time you apply, it can cause a check on your credit report, which can lower your CIBIL score for a short time if you do it too many times quickly. Be smart. Pick 1 or 2 good offers a year, at most. Chapter 7. The Dark Side Traps That Can Ruin You. Now, after all these great tricks, it's time for a reality check. While credit cards can be amazing tools, there's a dark side, lots of hidden dangers that can cause you big problems if you're not careful. Ignoring these dangers is like learning all the cool moves in a video game but forgetting where the traps that kill you instantly are. First and most important, late payments. This is the biggest mistake in using credit cards. Missing your payment date, even by a day, can lead to big fees for paying late, often from 500 to 1,000 rupees or more, depending on how much you owe. And that's not all. Besides the fee, you'll be charged interest on the amount you owe from the day you made the purchase, not just from the due date. And that interest is usually that terrible 3% per month we talked about. Plus, late payments ruin your CIBIL score faster than anything else. It's 3 bad things at once: fees, interest, and a bad credit history. So, rule number 1, 2, and 3. Always pay on time. Set reminders. Set up auto pay for the minimum amount due. As a backup, always try to pay in full. Do whatever it takes. You absolutely must do this if you want to play the credit card game and win. Then there are EMI frauds or hidden charges. While no-cost EMIs can be great, as we discussed, always read the small print on Flipkart, Amazon, or any other site. Sometimes there are processing fees, or the no-cost part means you miss out on a discount you might have gotten if you paid all at once. Be especially careful with other companies offering EMIs when you check out. understand all the costs involved. And finally, yearly fees. Many good cards have yearly fees. Only keep cards where the value you get from rewards, benefits, and lounge access is much more than the yearly fee. Check your cards regularly. If a card isn't giving you more than it costs, don't be afraid to change to a free version or cancel it after thinking about how it might affect your credit utilization, of course. Outro, your turn to be the credit card Khiladi player. Phew, that was a lot, I know. But hopefully, your brain is excited about all these new ideas. We've gone from thinking credit cards are bad guys for your money to seeing them as potential good guys that can help your money, if you know how to use them right, of course. Remember, these tricks aren't about being tricky or wrong. They're about understanding the system banks have made and using it to help yourself fully, legally, and smartly. It's about turning those difficult rules into your own guide for winning with money. The power is now in your hands. You have the knowledge to avoid debt traps, get those free flights, earn that nice cash back, and even make a little money on the side. It's not very difficult, but it does need some self-control and being ready to learn and change. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 tricks that you like or feel good about and start using them. Check your results, see what works, and slowly build up your credit card plan. The goal is to make your money earn more for you, not the other way around. So, now I want to hear from you. Which trick are you trying first? Comment below. Let me know which one got you the most excited or which one you think will make the biggest difference to your money. And if you want a full video on how to get free flights with credit cards in India, hit the like button. I'll make it if this video gets 1,000 likes. Seriously, if enough of you want it, I'll explain the exact cards, how to transfer points, and the method step by step. Until then, use your cards wisely. And I hope you get lots of rewards.